Little unit, you know what I mean? Tripe the God, real shit, Gully TV. My nigga, for real.
My God. Yo, if you tune into me, you watching Gully TV. I have to get on here and vent real quick. It's not gonna be long, but just bear with me. If you follow my platform, you know for a very, very long time I've been a huge fan of the Diplomats. Love Dipset from start to finish. If you follow my platform the night that they battled the Locks, you know that I was on there. I was going for the dips. I'm pro dips. I did the follow up after they lost to the Locks. I got on and I just went berserk. I was really, really frustrated, but I was very, very passionate and transparent. And I actually interviewed Uncasa not long after that, and it was just something that it was a very, very, very frustrating time for Gully TV. But anyway, this issue is something that's always been mentioned as the coup de grace, the fatal blow as far as what ended the Dipset dynasty. And I knew about this. I was around during the DVD era. A lot of this shit transpired during the DVD era. And it started, of course, in the back and forth that was going on with 50 Cent and Camron. This is during the Curtis. Remember all of that? All right, boom. That video, that beef that was going on back then, in my opinion, nobody was winning. It was the mixtape era. It was all entertainment. You go listen to what this cat had to say. You go buy the next mixtape to see the rebuttal. It was like a big soap opera. Camron was going through it with Hove during this time. Like, they was all WWF type shit, right? But it was always mentioned as what was the actual problem between Camron and Jim Jones. And I knew what it was because everybody always talked about it. It was the time that Jim Jones got on stage with 50 Cent during the beef. And I never knew how severe it was. And now that I just watched this interview on Camron's new platform, Come and Talk to Flea, where he interviewed 50 Cent. 50 Cent recalls how he played Jim Jones. He played him. 50 Cent, if you know and follow his career, he did a book, a collaboration book with Robert Greene, who wrote the 48 Laws of Power, and that's actually what 50 Cent used to destroy the Diplomats. He played on Jim Jones's insecurities. There's a scene in the movie Paid in Full where Camron acted as Alpo Martinez, and he said, man, everybody want to be the man just cuz. That's exactly what happened with 50 Cent and Jim Jones. 50 Cent, as he articulated on his interview with Camron, he said he sat back and he was paying attention to what was going on at the time. And he said when he first encountered Camron and Jim Jones wasn't a rapper. Jim Jones was like, just like his man and shit. Like, some people were saying that he was like a hype man, or he did other different things, but he wasn't even a hype man in the beginning. He was just his man. And 50 Cent said he took note of that. Jim Jones wasn't a rapper to begin with. And when he got the record Ballin', he knew that Jim Jones felt that he was in his moment. This was his time to shine. Like Camron said in the movie Paid in Full, everybody want to be the man just cuz. 50 Cent said, hanging around Camron and Mace, of course, Jim Jones always wanted his shine too. Again, everybody want to be the man just cuz. And when Jim Jones finally came up with a hit record, Ballin' was a big record. When he came up with that record, he said he knew that Jim was in his head as in, this is my moment, this is my time. And being that Jim wasn't really a rapper to begin with, Jim Jones is saying to himself, I don't know if this moment is ever going to come again. And I'm loving this feeling. I'm loving that the spotlight is on me. And I want to do anything I can do to extend this moment. So what did 50 Cent do? During the back and forth with Camron and 50 Cent, one of 50 Cent's rebuttals at the end of the song, he says something like, "You're demoted, Camron's demoted. We're electing Jim Jones as the leader. After all, we like Jimmy more anyway." And he said that he knew that would reach Jim Jones, and it did. He implemented flattery. That's one of the laws in Robert Greene's book, The Art of Seduction. He implemented flattery, and Jim Jones went for it. He bit the bait. So what he ends up doing is not thinking about his allegiances to Camron, his allegiances to the Diplomats. He's now thinking about himself. And what did he do? He did something that was very, very fucking rotten and detrimental to the Diplomats ultimately. It was rotten, it was rotten, it was rotten. If you beef with my man, I can't fuck with you. Okay, you gave me a compliment, you like my record. Everybody's liking my record right now. My record is popping. Salute. But that's gotta be the extent of it. That's gotta be the beginning and the end of it. Salute, that's it. For Jim Jones to get on stage with 50 Cent during the beef, that was fucked up. And it fucked up the Diplomats. 50 Cent asked Camron, no, Uncle Murder asked Camron, "What was you thinking when you seen Jim Jones on the stage with 50? Camron said, "I knew it was over." He said, I said to myself, "It's over." And it's never been the same. The Diplomats have never, ever been the same because of that selfish act. And in the movie Scarface, I think it was Scarface, he said, "You never can underestimate the next man's greed." And that's what Jimmy was doing at the time. Jimmy was being greedy. Even though they was beefing, even though Jim and Camron was having differences at the time, which wasn't really all the way public, he made a very, very poor decision. And it forever changed the landscape of hip-hop, because the Diplomats was never, ever the same again. Never the same again, because in the back of Camron's mind, he can't forget. He can forgive, and he probably has, but he can't forget the transgression that happened publicly in front of everybody. One of the worst things that a guy can do is display weaknesses, flaws publicly. Things that happen behind closed doors can be controlled, but once it's public, once it reaches the online community, it's just so damaging because it's an element of embarrassment involved with it. And the Diplomats have never, ever been the same. That day that show happened, that day that he got on the stage, that was the end of it. And I really don't know what the fuck he was thinking. I don't. He had to have been thinking that I'm not Cam's friend no more. Whatever they was going through, he had to feel in his heart that it wasn't worthy of being repaired, because he did the ultimate transgression publicly. And I remember when it happened, because it was on the DVDs, and I was saying to myself, damn, Jim, you're looking at it like, two rap stars on the stage together. And it was like, damn, 50 Cent got Jim at his show. That's what's up. And then you think about it, like, damn. That's heavy. That's heavy. And 50 Cent is one of the greats when it comes to destroying niggas. And he essentially destroyed the Diplomats. He stopped all of the back and forth on wax, because nobody was winning when they was going back and forth. Curtis and, Piggy Bank and all of these different records that was going on back in the DVD. Nobody was winning, actually. It was just entertainment. It was about who you like. Some people like Fat Joe. Some people like the Ja Rule. Some people like 50 Cent. Some people like the Hov. It was about who you liked at the time, but nobody was winning. Everybody had an equal fan base, and that's my opinion of it. But Yeah, this interview that's on Camron's platform right now, they sitting there laughing. They laughing about it because what you have is two guys who are bosses, had their own record labels. 50 Cent had G-Unit, Camron had Diplomat Records. Two essentially CEOs, two big dogs, in some regard. Sitting up there laughing and talking about flaws that was made by their workers or their subordinates. Like 50 Cent said during the interview, it was some Lloyd Banks shit. That's kind of what he said. That Jim Jones shit, some Lloyd Banks shit. Then there you have it. But this is a video that's trending right now. This is a topic that's trending. And I had to get on here and speak about it because at the end of the day, if you watch my platform, for many, many years, this Diplomat Eagle sold my DVDs fluently. There was nothing more powerful in the DVD era than having the Diplomats on your DVD. Even if you didn't have one of the rappers, you could have had a security guard from the Diplomats. If he had that chain on, you could put that Eagle on the front of the DVD, and motherfuckers was gonna buy that shit. And it's almost like the death of a dynasty. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. Make sure you follow me on TikTok. That's where I'm at, getting busy right now, at GullyTV1. Go check me out on TikTok. I'm getting busy over there. Instagram, at IamGullyTV_, and go to my website, therealdribble.com. Get you some knittage.
What it is, Iron Sheik, a.k.a. Abdullah the Butcher, a.k.a. Akbar the Rockstar, a.k.a. Warlord, a.k.a. Black Adam. Fresh out the South Bronx, fresh in the flesh, official tissue down to the bone bristle. Y'all now tapping in with Gully TV.